Wow. Wow. These results are promotion for me. They really are. When you get a point, get an extra 2 points from a win from absolutely nowhere, that is what makes promotion winning teams. And tonight, I genuinely think I said to myself before this game, if we beat QPR away, because before the Blackpool game and the QPR game, obviously, I was thinking two away games. We've been doing well away from home, but if we win those two away games, we will stabilize ourselves as promotion favourites or favourites along with Burnley. Yes, we've not won this game tonight, but it certainly feels that way. It really, really does. And if Billy Sharp would have lifted the ball over the keeper into the back of the net, that could have been a winning goal for John Egan, but it wasn't. We can't get too I don't know. We can't expect too much, can we? We weren't that good tonight. We really weren't. I'm not going to harp on about it too much because you're not going to be playing at full tilt every single week. You're going to have some games where you're just off the pace a little bit. And that was certainly tonight, or in the first half anyway. Even in the second half, to be honest, I thought we were playing a lot better. We were getting stuck in. We were pressing them into making mistakes. We were picking the ball up, we were beating men. But that final ball, pretty much every single time, either just wasn't good enough or we didn't get the rub of the green. And I think a lot of times tonight, we just did not get the rub of the green until the 90 plus sixth minute when, when redemption was definitely John Egan, because that first goal after 11 minutes was an absolute shocker for John Egan. To be honest, we started the better. First 10, well, 8, 10 minutes, we were all over him. Could have had a goal. We were in and around the box, creating stuff. Again, if a bobble would have gone our way, there was one where George was running in to shoot and he took his time and took it inside. There was a few little bits of chances that we had early on, and then the 11th minute, John Egan gets the ball from Wes Foderingham, a short ball, which a lot of the times nothing comes of that, and we get the ball up the field, and it's actually always better to pass the ball out from the back, because if you don't make a stupid mistake like we did, you've got the ball high up the pitch once you've played kind of 3, 4, 5 passes, or in Norwood's case, one pass. But you do something stupid like this every now and then. And I don't really know what Egan was thinking. He fired the ball. I think it was trying to be into Norwood. And because it was nowhere near Norwood's feet and it was hit at some right pace, Norwood, I think, just left it because he thought, oh, that's got to be to someone else. That's a shocking pass to me. Elias Chair gets the ball on the edge of the box, lines up a shot that I think would have just pretty much gone down Wes's throat, but it takes a big deflection off John Egan, goes right down the middle of the goal, and they go 1-0 up. And that's how it stayed until the 90 plus sixth minute. To be perfectly honest, after that, QPR were by far the better team. And they were all over us, pressing us, making us make mistakes, just like Luton did to them. I honestly thought that I didn't think we were going to come here and turn them over, but with the fact that they had a few players ill, apparently, one of them being Ilias Chair, and he was there and he was fantastic. There was no signs of any illness there. They might have just had us on a little bit there, bit of mind games possibly. But they were well up for this game. They were so up for this game. I think losing 3-0 to Luton at home really just made them think, we can't have this happen again. And we're playing second in the league. We need to turn up. And like we turn up against the big sides, that's going to be us against every team for the rest of the season. If you don't turn up, we're going to beat you. But more often than not, I think most teams will turn up against us because they're thinking, if not, we're going to get hammered. And they turned up tonight in their droves. They really did. They were fantastic, QPR, for the first half without actually creating too many good chances. And I think it was the 75th minute. I'm pretty sure that nothing happened after that, but it popped up on screen on Sky and it said that QPR had not had a shot on target all game and were 1-0 up. Now, I think that's a bit stupid because he's hit the shot, Elias Chair, straight at Egan, and it's gone into the back of the net. Now, that looked like it were going on target to me, but whatever. Other than that shot, they had a few that went across the box, just a little bit too much on it, where Lyndon Dykes could have got in or somebody else could have got in, but they just didn't create a hell of a lot of chances. They played well. They stopped us from playing and seemed to get the ball on the wing quite a lot and put in some lovely balls into the box. But yeah, we huffed and puffed for a lot of the game, and it was only the second half when we really started coming into our own. But like I said, it took us ages and just nothing seemed to go right for us on the night. In the first half, before we talk about the second half, Billy Sharp had a shot on his left foot after Illy did really well to slip him in, hit it across the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper made a good save with his feet. But yeah, it was a tough chance. It was certainly, I won't say it was a half chance, but Billy Sharp did what you'd expect from him. Make the keeper make a save. You never know. That could fly through the keeper's legs if he doesn't get himself set right. It could hit his leg and go into his own net. It could go straight out to one of our strikers to pop the ball in the back of the net. But yeah, he made a good save, Dieng, and that was at least a shot on target for us in the first half, unlike QPR apparently. Anyway, we go into the second half, and for some reason, we brought on Jack Robinson for Kieran Clark. Or that's what I thought as soon as I saw it. But then I remembered QPR from last season when we were launching balls into the box by Robinson throw-ins, by corners, and Robinson even scored from a header. So I think that was the kind of idea, because I think Kieran Clark is a little bit of a Rolls Royce at the back, but I do think sometimes you need a bit of urgency. And Kieran Clark doesn't really have that as much as Robinson, I don't think. So I think that's the reason why we brought Robinson on for Kieran Clark. Anyway, so I just feel like that wasn't the right substitution. It didn't quite work, to be honest, because none of the throw-ins that Robinson launched into the box came of anything. I don't actually think Robinson added too much to our attacking threat. I would have had Jaden Bogle on at half time to try and create something. I think we left it way too late to bring Jaden Bogle on. And when we did, we played him at right back. Now, I know we had most of the ball, but Jaden Bogle needs to be playing on the right hand side of right wing back or right hand side of midfield. I'm not saying that he's a right winger. I'm just saying that he needs to play him that high up so he can affect things. And he had a couple of chances towards the end where he was trying to flick the ball through, where he was trying to beat a couple of men, but it was way too late for Jaden Bogle. I think everything came a little bit too late tonight. I think Jebo got a good 20 minutes under his belt, if not 25 minutes. And Jebo had a really good game tonight. It almost felt like he was back in the Premier League and he had to prove himself. That's what it felt like coming on tonight, because I have been a little bit critical of Jebo. Because I loved him in that Premier League season, scoring his first goal, and he was trying to beat defenders up in the Premier League. It's almost like he went on loan to Burton, thought, this is easy, I'm going to go back to Sheffield United and bang loads of goals in. And he just didn't seem to be trying. And tonight, he did. He was holding players off. He was bringing players into the game. He was battling with defenders. And that's what you want to see. He is a bit of a skinny lad. He may need to bulk up a little bit, but he's long, he's gangly, he's quite quick for his size. And tonight, I wanted to see the bullying side of his game, and he really showed that. He did. And big shout out to Jebo for that. Really impressive. What I want to quickly talk about is Enel. It was a bit of a stupid thing to. It's a bit of a stupid thing to talk about when what's happened, but it's just incredible how he found himself into the box. The keeper comes out to try and punch the ball or catch the ball or whatever. He plows through Enel when he's not looking in the keeper's direction, and the keeper gets a free kick. Incredible. I know Neil Warnock alluded to it in the commentary. By the way, let's just talk about Warnock for a second, because I wrote down really early on, breath of fresh air for Neil Warnock to be on commentary. And then I took it back about 10-15 minutes later, because he just went on and on, talking absolute nonsense for most of it. But it was nice to see somebody being a commentator and not just going along with the game, if you like, actually calling people out, calling the referee out, calling players out for diving. And I know it's in his little jokey Neil Warnock way, but it was nice, but also it didn't half go on. And it were like, just talk about the game, mate. Just talk about the game. All he did was talk about Lyndon Dykes for most of it. And Shocker, he gave him the man of the match. And Iliman Ndiaye. That's it. They're the two players. It's almost like he's not seen any other players play football. Actually, right at the start, he said something like Sander Berger is the best player in the championship. And I'm thinking, I don't know, for a while. And I thought Sander was pretty poor in this game for the most part. It went missing for probably 70 minutes, I would say. It was really poor to see from Sander tonight. He woke up when the team woke up, to be honest. I think with 20 minutes to go, Jebo coming on, that sparked something. It really did. And we were having kind of when McAtee came on as well, he really made a difference down that left. And just one thing, beating Albert Adoma down that left-hand side just shows how much confidence he's got now. Just pushing the ball past him and beating him because he's no slouch, Adoma. But when those two came on, Jebo and McAtee, it just completely changed the game. And we got on top. We had all the ball. They didn't go anywhere near our goal after that. And it was just really nice to see us on top. And that's what you need for teams going for promotion. You can't just lose 1-0 and not dominate the game, which we did in the second half, not in the first, but in the second half, we really did dominate that second half. And if you're going to go up, you can't just, like we did last season, some games just went away from us and we're just like, yeah, we've lost this game, haven't we? But it's good to see us digging in and getting that equaliser. Anyway, the next one that I want to talk about is Billy Sharp lifting the ball over the bar when really that is what Billy Sharp does best. Ollie Norwood picks the ball up, pings an absolute worldie of a ball through to Billy Sharp. All he's got to do is lift it over the goalkeeper. I think a confident Billy Sharp lifts that over him, runs off, wheels away, and it's easy pickings for him. But he's not confident at the moment. He just doesn't seem confident. And a big, massive keeper's running at you like this. The keeper knows where he's going because Billy Sharp does not have the pace to push it round him and score. Or so what he has to do, he has to flick it over him. It was an easy flick over the goalkeeper and drop in, but it hits the roof of the net. And really, like I said, Billy Sharp's got to be scoring them. That is a big chance. And if Billy Sharp scores that, we go on and win that game for me. We just do. Could be 2, could be 3, could be 4. I honestly think at that point, that would have been the turning point for us and we'd have won that game. I really do. We had a few more where Stevens had one where it kind of some really good play and it lands to Stevens on his right foot, hits the defender's arm. In the Premier League, that's probably given. I think that's what they said on commentary, but not in the Championship. Oh, well, it could be given, but yeah, obviously in the Premier League, it goes to VAR and that's given as a penalty, but it was a bit of both, really. If that had been us that had given away that as a penalty, I wouldn't have been happy, and vice versa. I think it could have been a penalty. It wasn't to be. And then Iliman Ndiaye runs from literally where McAtee run from pretty much against Blackpool all the way through. Looks like he's going to go onto his right foot, goes back onto his left, and he just takes the ball just a tiny bit too far. You could see that straight away. And Dieng was out like a shot. Very good goalkeeper for me, Dieng. He really is. Makes a good save. Illy devastated about that one because that was the one. And we had a few the ones. They didn't have anything. You could see which team were confident, especially in that second half, because they really let us get back into it. But we got ourselves back into it. It wasn't just that. And then Jebo on the swivel the keeper makes an easy save, but Jebo is getting into those areas and causing problems for defenders. And then finally, John Egan goes from 0 to hero, and it's a scrappy one. It's a really scrappy one. The ball comes out to Enda Stevens. He clips the ball into the box. It's a terrible header away from the QPR centre back. The ball's knocked back into the box. and then John Egan swivels on it. It hits the defender. It's going straight down the goalkeeper's throat for a catch, and yeah, it's into the corner. Two deflected goals sorted this game out, or didn't sort it out really, because we both picked up 1 point. We could have literally not played 1 minute of football, and we would have got the same points. But yeah, it was. I, I honestly think it was deserved, especially from that second half. But honestly, if I'd have been coming on this video and talking about United losing 1-0, I'd have probably said it wasn't deserved. But I do actually think now we got the goal, for all our efforts, just nothing would quite go right tonight, and until that final moment where it did. I want to mention a couple of players before I go on. I've already mentioned Sanders. So I don't want to pile on too much. I thought a couple of he did a couple of good things, but yeah, he did go missing for a lot of it. Ile, he was good tonight, but like I keep saying, I think the final bit of the puzzle tonight just wasn't there. And yeah, I thought Illy was fantastic. There was also one moment in that second half where he kind of flicked his way through like 3 or 4 men and kind of got brought down, but I don't think it was a penalty. I thought Ender Stevens really, really poor for me. Really poor. He's not the Ender Stevens of old. He gets the ball, he goes backwards, sideways every single time. He never thinks about going forward. That's why Max Lowe needs to play left wing back every game for me. He really does. Jaden Bogle was brought on too late. I said that earlier on. I thought that Jaden could have really, really made a difference on that right hand side, help Sander as well, give Sander more options, but that he was brought on way too late. I wouldn't have even brought Anel off. I thought that Anel was going to get us a goal. I thought he was going to get us a goal from a corner or something like that, but he did, and we managed to get that point, so that's fine. Billy Sharp, I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't his best game, but the thing is with Billy Sharp, he doesn't have fantastic games. He scores goals. That's what he does. And when he's not scoring goals, it's hard to really kind of back him, isn't it, really? But I do love Billy Sharp. I will always love Billy Sharp. Now into the comments. Madness, huge point that is. Get out of jail card played. Absolutely right, David. You're not wrong at all. Oh my God, what a point. That's how you get promoted. Do you know what? I feel like everybody at the start of the comments, because these comments are from the very start of the video. These comments are like, yes, we've got a point, we've got a point. And I've gone from being up here saying we've got a point, this is fantastic, to slowly bringing it down. This player didn't well, this player didn't play well, this player didn't play well. So I need to get myself back up there. Sorry for being pedantic, but that should be redemption. Redemption? Did I? Redemption. Oh, there's not an M in it. Fair enough, Alex. Good shout. Good shout. I will change that. Reckon we have any chance of buying anyone in January? I don't think so. Unless Illy or Sander leaves, I don't think we're buying anyone, to be perfectly honest, unless we get the club sold very, very quickly. I can't imagine the Prince wanting to spend a load of money or even bring any players in with how well we're doing right now. So fair enough. I think that's how I think it's going to go. That's how I get out of jail free card. Exactly. Same again. Kieran saying that was a tired side tonight. Why didn't Heckingbottom use the bench to start? Yeah, I know what you mean, John. I know what you mean. I feel like you're saying that we're a tired side. I feel absolutely drained after watching that game, to be honest. Especially the first half. It was so difficult to watch. Honestly, I've never seen a game where every bounce and every bit of luck goes one team's way. Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier on. Change of formation, opened it up more. Just don't know why we waited so long. Too right. I think the problem is, or the good thing was, when we went full throttle, we had 2 strikers, then we had 2 attacking midfielders, and then we had supporting cast as well. So it was just we just had everyone going forward. It felt like the Chris Wilder days where it was just like pile forward. And that's what we want to see. We don't want to see us lose the game. I'd rather have seen us lose 2 or 3-0 tonight than not go for it. And we did really go for it. You've got to be honest. McAtee and Dytenberger to start, I reckon. McAtee's got to start every week from now on until McAtee is plays himself out of the team, if you like. McAtee's got to start every game, he's a young lad. He didn't even good at World Cup, so like, why is he not playing? It's odd. It's really odd. Need a striker in January transfer window. We are light at the top of the pitch. We are, Paul. It just depends on what's going on with McBurney and depends what's going on with Bruce. I think Bruce is a bit further away. I think that I think McBurney will be back within a couple of weeks. But yeah, we are really struggling right now. But McBurney gets back. Brewster towards the end of the season, I think we'll be absolutely fine. I really do. Need McBurney back ASAP. Absolutely, Ed. You're not wrong. Hi, Nick. I'm a Burnley fan. I think Chad hates me. Fair enough. Well, I'm with Chad on that one. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. So that we could have done with pace. Yeah, we really could read it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier on. I thought we needed pace up the top of the pitch, and Rida Kadra really would have really offered that. But yeah, it wasn't to be. It looks like he's on his way back. Agree with Ed. Needed pace. We really did. Sander started off okay. Sander did start off okay for the first 10, but then after that, just got lost in the game. Second half, he was lost until McAtee came on, and I think offered a little bit something extra because when Sander is, or Sander and Illy will always give you 100%, always show for everything, always look good. Sander goes missing when you need him the most. Like when you've got 4, 5, 6 players on the pitch that are attacking, he's fine because he's got one man on him. And he's got more confidence because he knows that he's got more attacking players. And it's not all about him, but he really needs to step up and show that it can be all about him. Absolutely, John. Like the video, guys. Don't forget to like. I want to see at least 100 likes on this video before I leave. Would like to understand Hecky's selection. Subs and change of shape gave us so much more intensity. Exactly. I think sometimes you can just get it wrong. And I think if Hecky holds his hands up and says, I got it wrong, then fair enough. I think that they came out all guns blazing. I think that Doyle being in that midfield offered that little bit more of a bite, bit more of a battle in there. It just didn't work, did it? And maybe, if McAtee would have started, he wouldn't have been as influential as he was in the game when he came on. So you've got to admit, sometimes you just don't know how the cookie will crumble, and that's what Hickey probably thought was going to happen. I think he thought Doyle needs to be in there to get stuck in and stuff, but it just did not work at all. 6 games unbeaten, away from her. Oh, 6 games unbeaten away, 16 points, 6 games. We need Reader to stay. I don't know. We'll have to see, won't we? Wow, I'm going through all these. Chair will tear you apart again. I'm not sure that Jay Power watched it right until the end because, yeah, you didn't win that game. It wasn't Chair that that won you that game, mate. It really didn't. Look how many points clear we are, but we're all still so nervous. It's so right, John. It's so right. High internet went down in a Burnley fan, I think. Chad hates me. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Why change a winning team? McAtee deserves a start. You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong, Mark. Phew, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm absolutely shattered. So, yeah, thank you, everybody, for being here. Make sure you like this video. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, wherever you are, make sure you like this video before you leave. It really helps the channel out a lot. We managed to pull off the impossible, it seemed, at 90 minutes because it was not going in the back of the net for us tonight. Managed to pull off, get that point, and you never know, that point could mean everything at the end of the season. So hopefully that point has got us 1 point closer to promotion. And yeah, we've now got, I think we've got Millwall next, if I'm right, and then we've got another game the week after that. So yeah, a time to play some fringe players, and yeah, I think this is the perfect way to kind of go on a little league break right now. So yeah, getting that last minute equaliser really helped out. I think a lot of confidence in the side because yeah, it wasn't our game for a lot of it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.